Have you ever wondered what the best UK motorway service station looks like? And more to the point, did you know that that very motorway service station is encouraging campervans to stay there and camp there overnight by offering free food, free meals? We've got to go and check this out. Let's go and do 24 hours at the UK's best service station in our campervan. Are you ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Okay, so we are now driving and we are heading towards the UK's best service station. Can you guess which one it is? It prides itself on being the best for many, many reasons. We'll go and check that out soon. But more importantly, we're going to go and camp there, stealth camp there, or otherwise overnight. This potentially could be one of the best park-ups we've had in this area ever.
So, take all my weaknesses.
What do you reckon?
Oh, it's easy so far.
It seems quite popular actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's holiday season, so there's a lot of these people could have just pulled up just now. I can see no signs of anyone staying overnight so far, unless we speak to them. But yeah, I think so. Firstly, what we need to do is we need to establish why it's the best UK services.
Yep.
Motorway services, and also find out what the crack is with staying overnight, because there's going to be some restrictions, because this country is all about restrictions. So let's go and find those out.
Okay, let's go. So here we are at the famous Gloucester Services on the M5 motorway, and here are the reasons why they claim to be the best services in the UK.
We can't get no satisfaction, still clinging on, can't fight the action.
The multi-award-winning Gloucester Services, both northbound and southbound, where we are today, were built in 2014 and 2015 respectively, and are two of the most unique service stations in the UK. The idea behind the development was to work with the environment and local community rather than against it. Alongside its beautiful curvy design, one of its famous features is its green roof made up of vegetation mimicking the surrounding countryside, so aesthetically you would hardly know it was there. One of the main features is the huge farm shop, which stocks seasonal produce, clothes, skincare products, wine and beer, a patisserie, gelato counter, and crafts from local areas. You won't find any chain cafes, fast food outlets, or supermarket shops within the services, as the whole place uses local producers for food, and it's all sourced within 30 miles of the building. All food is cooked from scratch and is served at their main restaurant and cafe. The restaurant serves hearty meals throughout the day, and the cafe does sandwiches, soups, and coffee from independent businesses. It's also the most vegan-friendly services we've ever been to in the UK, and we've been to a good few. Food is definitely the main attraction here, but the lack of signs and its symbolic commune with nature make it the most chilled out motorway services in Britain. We can't wait to see what it's like to stay here. We headed off to find out a little more and to pay for our stay.
The first thing we're going to be doing is make full use of the Wi-Fi. Because we're, like most service stations, smack bang in the middle of the countryside, the phone signal outside is pretty crap, almost useless. However, the Wi-Fi in here is really, really good. Having access to public Wi-Fi on the road is very, very good for us. We are just about to upload the latest video onto YouTube, but you've got to be really, really careful, because these sorts of places, cafes, service stations, airports, are rife with people who could potentially hack you. And we've heard too many stories in the past of people being hacked on their Facebook and their Instagram in places just like this. So we get around that by using VPNs. Surfshark are the sponsors of this video, and if you don't already know, a VPN is a virtual private network. So basically what Surfshark do is they've established a secure connection between you and the internet, so you don't have to worry of protecting you from being hacked. So as well as making sure that you're super secure from hackers and all the information is safe, another really, really cool feature of Surfshark, one of our favorites, is that you can change your virtual location to pretty much anywhere in the world. So we're sat here in the UK in Gloucestershire. We could actually set it to so that we're in America. What's the benefit of that, we hear you ask? You can tell Netflix that you're actually in America rather than in England, which means you get access to all better movies on Netflix and all of the other social media streaming platforms and such like. It's a really, really cool thing. It gives you access to so much more content. Another thing in the same vein that we found out recently as well out is if you change your virtual location to other countries using Surfshark, which is done very easily just by scrolling through and picking the country, you actually, a lot of the time, get access to cheaper flights. So when you're booking flights to go on holiday or go traveling, backpacking or whatever, you can actually find cheaper flights by changing your country's location. Top tip, make sure you do it. Very, very good. Surfshark comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you go to the link in the description to this video now, use the code HAPPYDAYS and you get 3 months extra for free as well. So take full advantage of that offer now, and happy surfing.
That's a cue for breakfast. We'll get to that in a second. We've got a campervan. Can we stay overnight?
Yes.
Yeah? How much is that, please?
Campervan, it will be £23.
£23, okay. £23 for the campervan, and you get a £5 food voucher. Where can we spend that £5 voucher?
Anywhere on the complex.
Really?
Hot food, restaurant, in here, petrol station on the way out, 3 showers.
3 showers?
Oh, nice. Is there a hairdryer in the showers?
I've no idea.
Oh, okay.
You've not taken a shower here yet?
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. You've been very helpful. Thank you. See you, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so if you missed that, then the crack is this. It costs £23 to spend the night over here, which from what we've done recently, that's cheaper than a campsite. £23 for 24 hours, and it's 24 hours on the dot. But they give you a meal voucher as well if you're camping overnight for the price of £5. So we can use this £5 anywhere in the vicinity. So anywhere that's Gloucester Services, we can use it. So we can spend it on petrol, sweets, breakfast, lunch, shopping, or whatever. So we'll decide that later on. But first of all, let's go and put this into the windscreen of the campervan and see what breakfast is like at the best UK services in the country.
Tickets in the window. We've got official rights to stay here at the services for 24 hours. It's actually quite exciting to be here. Everyone's going on holiday. It is buzzing here today. There's a bit of a vibe about the place.
The worst thing about services stations are the queues, and this one is not. This one is massive.
It's not pretty, is it? What is there? There's vegan breakfast, there's mushrooms on toast, spicy beans on toast, using their farmhouse bakery, I guess. Smoked tofu, breakfast bap.
Which is going to be like an egg bap.
Nice.
A vegan egg bap.
Oh, that sounds good.
Or a vegan cooked breakfast.
I might go for the breakfast.
Okay, yeah, same.
After almost half an hour of queuing, we finally made up our minds to go for the cooked vegan breakfast, which consisted of mushrooms, toast, tomato, homemade beans, bubble and squeak, and a slab of tofu. I managed to find some jams and marmalades at the end of the counter too.
Okay, so Liam's just gone to get some serviettes to clean the table. It's all a bit busy and hectic here, which is understandable. Everyone's going on their holidays, which is really nice. Actually, the vibe here is really good. Everyone's in that holiday mood, but they've run out of knives, so we've got 2 forks each to eat our breakfast. Liam's just wiping the table, and
Oh, is that what these are for?
then, yeah, and then we're gonna eat our breakfast. Our breakfast, actually, it looks quite small. It does look quite small. So yeah, we'll see. The tofu though looks really big, nice big hunk of tofu, but the whole dish in itself does actually look quite small, but we'll see.
See what we're looking at. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! If you're watching from another country, motorway service stations are basically like cafes or restaurants that you'd get anywhere in the world, except with a lot more pressure, a lot smaller portions, and a lot more expensive food. Just so you know. It's a decent sized chunk of tofu, I'll give them that. That's delicious.
This breakfast here cost a whopping £8.95. It does come with toast, and we made sure to stock up on the jams too. Despite it being small, it was actually really nice, and the tofu portion size was good. We ate this delicious meal in the sun, drinking coffee, overlooking the beautiful pond and wild garden at the back. The outdoor scenery on a sunny day is actually so beautiful, you could almost forget you're at a service station, which we did whilst eating breakfast.
If breakfast isn't too filling, this is a plant-based chocolate swirl with pistachio crumb on top. That's bloody good.
After breakfast, we did a little bit of work making the most of the free Wi-Fi and the useful little work booths that they offer. The inside area is actually quite big and is an ideal spot for catching up on work. There is also an ornate wooden kids' play area to occupy the children too. We headed to check out the main attraction, the farm shop, which was surprisingly really nice. The products here are clearly of a really high quality, but too expensive for us today. However, there were so many quirky products and novelty items to browse upon, including a bookshop, outdoor section, and tons of independently made bits and things that you wouldn't find anywhere else. We got the idea to do a £5 dinner challenge and see if it was possible to eat for a £5. So Liam went back to the van to get the voucher.
They even sell bras and knickers. This shop is actually really cute. It's got everything. It's got fresh veg, sort of fresh food, as well as other kind of jarred food. It's got clothes, it's got souvenirs. If you need to get a gift for someone, it's a really nice place to get a gift. It's worth just coming down here for the shop if you're local or just going past. Yeah, there's so much stuff, but it is blooming expensive. I'll pre-warn you there, it is very expensive.
Janine and I have set ourselves a challenge of there's no food that we can get with this voucher in the cafe, I'm pretty sure of it. Even a couple of coffees is going to be a far stretch for having just a £5 voucher. So it's not like you get a free meal at a cafe with this. Maybe one small meal at a push, maybe, a sandwich maybe. So what we decided we're going to do is we're going to try and go to their farm shop and try and buy £5 worth of ingredients to make ourselves a decent sized meal for two. It's a big challenge at an expensive place, but let's go and try it. I don't think £5 is going to stretch very far in here, to be honest with you. I really don't. Ooh, what's this?
What have you seen?
Curry night. What are they asking for? Look, even these are £4.50 for the spices for it. We can get a meal out of this, we're well in. 18 quid.
18? Okay. I think we'll make our own curry.
Kashmiri chilli and mustard seed, what are we on? It's £6.25 for a jar of curry sauce. It's gone over budget. This is worrying, isn't it? It's absolutely worrying.
Can we buy some like fresh veg and then use the stuff that we've got in the van? Does that count?
We were going to do a £5 shopping spree in here and get our food for lunch and see if we can do it as like a challenge. Well, there is no challenge. You can't buy anything in here for less than a £5. It's really expensive. So back to the drawing board.
What did you say?
They've got vegan Scotch eggs.
No.
But they're like £4.50, so that's our voucher gone.
On just one?
I'm just one, yeah.
Making a slight replan, we decided to go with the fresh veg idea and see what we can make from that. We are now just praying we can get enough supplies for a £5.
There you go, that's £4.47.
Oh.
We've got a voucher for that. Thank you. Woohoo, we did it. Actually, we've got 50p to spare.
Feeling accomplished, we headed back to the van to cook up a feast.
There's me and Liam thinking that we're in stealth mode, sneaking back in the van without realising we've actually paid to stay here. So we've decided to open up all the windows, leave the stairs down, the door open, which is something we don't do when we're stealthing. And yeah, we're just going to go to town and really enjoy ourselves.
Get some friggin' music on.
Yeah.
I gotta love, love. I gotta love, love.
So enough of dancing. This £5 worth of ingredients we're about to turn into something delicious.
Some people say, money makes you everything, but it don't make me happy. Not the reason my heart sings. What I've got, you could've put a
So, there you go.
Wow,
That's
that
what-
looks awesome.
That's what the £5 voucher got us from for staying here. They want campers to stay and they'll give you this if you stay overnight and camp overnight here. This is what they'll give you. They won't, minus a couple of ingredients.
Yeah.
Minus the sesame seeds, the noodles and the broth and what have you. But yeah, that's not too bad, is it? I've never been to a campsite where they give you free food before.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, local ingredients as well, not from only within a 5 mile radius from here, apart from the chilies which are from Spain. Anyway, tell you what, let's go and eat on the roof, shall we?
Yes.
Something that we've not done this year yet, because it's summer and it's a glorious day outside.
Surely makes the world go round, 'cause I got something real. 'Cause I got
Ow! Are you ready to catch it? Because it's hot.
Yeah, just don't drop it on the bed, will you?
Oh, I know. I've got a brilliant idea. I have got an amazing idea. We got sent a gift ages ago from someone very, very, very sweet. And I'm going to show you the gift now. It's these gorgeous little bowl holders for when the bowl's too hot. And yeah, it's perfect for this situation. They're so, so cute. They've got little camper vans on. Thanks to Jane who made these. It's very, very sweet.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, it's so lovely up here. Even if it is a car park. How nice is this? Oh, thank you. Wonderful. That was really good.
We enjoyed eating our dinner on the van overlooking our car park home for 24 hours, wondering what other adventures we will be on this evening.
Hanging on to hope and holding on to a dream, wishing for the kind of love you see in magazines. The illusion falls and nothing's what it seems to be.
Okay, so probably unlike many other services, there's actually a walk that you can go on. It looks gorgeous. We're going to go on it now.
Saw you at the bar. Was it the same night you had trouble with your car?
So, we're going on a walk. It's not a very long walk, but it's all right for a services. And do you know what? Everything that we're doing, because they're charging sort of, I would say moderate to low campsite prices in comparison. We are sort of comparing it to a campsite a little bit, because you've got to, haven't you? You know, you go to a campsite, you usually go to a campsite because it's got walks or it's got some local attractions. This place has got a motorway surrounding it, but within the space that they've got, they've done all right, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so it's just really pretty. It is really pretty, and it's in the countryside.
We then took a stroll to the Gloucester Services petrol station. It stocked similar things to the farm shop, but also everyday items like tins of baked beans. As nice as it was, we couldn't get over how much more expensive the fuel was compared to the majority of other petrol stations in the UK. We had no idea why. The petrol stations allow customers and campers to use toilets and showers all day for free, which is a major bonus if you're doing a long journey.
Okay, so I am back at the van now, and the sun is starting to go down, so it's the end of the day and there's only one thing left to do, and that is to check out the showers. So wish me luck. Okay, so this is it. It's very, very simple. There's a shower and a sink and a chair as well, which are, and a couple of hooks. And look at my towel up on the hook and get going. All I want is hot water. That's all I care about. So yeah. Okay, that wasn't bad actually. For a services shower, it was quite warm. I wouldn't say it was as hot as I normally have, but I like it really hot anyway. So it was actually warm, and it was clean. It was a bit sprayy, like it sprayed everywhere, but we're in a services and I got to have a warm shower.
Okay, it is night time. It is bedtime, in fact. A few vans have turned up. I think we've got 5 vans here, and they are staying overnight, I should imagine, because the actual service station is closing now. It closes at 10 o'clock. So all these guys, most of these guys anyway, should be staying overnight. Some of them are well, they've got the curtain shut on their motorhomes and stuff. So it's us and a few others, our neighbours tonight. It's relatively peaceful and quiet, lots of birds singing, it's twilight. We've had a proper service station day today, and I'm really, bizarrely enough, I'm actually quite tired. Janine's already in bed, so I'm out here to say good night, and let's see what sleep is like at the Gloucester Services overnight.
So hard to see from the moment we arrive. Cornelia, you are one who will survive. Don't mean a thing, what shape or form that you're in. The place you're from, your wealth, or the color of your skin.
Good morning from Gloucester Services southbound. We had a alright sleep last night. There was, of course, we're on a motorway, the background humming sound of the cars going past all night. But once you get used to that, we did fall asleep and got up quite very early this morning, and it's weird to be in sort of like such an empty services. I've always ever been in services when there've been sort of like loads of cars here and really busy and manic. Manic is the word that I would associate with service station. But it was all right, but I'll tell you what, this morning, about to go and sort of grab a cup of tea from in there, use the toilets and stuff, use a bit of Wi-Fi, but I am ready to leave. 24 hours is enough at a service stations. So going through the pros and cons quickly before we go. So it ended up costing £23. That's quite expensive to spend overnight. However, I'm sure that other service stations, if they offer something like this, will probably be more money than that. And here, at least you get a £5 voucher. The cons of that is that £5 voucher does not stretch very far at all in that services stations. It's an expensive place to be and to stay. Everything, however, is from local producers. The food that we bought to eat, including the vegetables, the produce that we bought here was of a very high quality because it's just very local produce. And the food that we bought from the cafe there was very tasty, however, very expensive. So I think that's the whole thing. They probably see it as you get what you pay for, and it is quite expensive, however it being tasty. So you work that out. Some people come here as a treat. There are other service stations sort of miles that way and miles that way, but this is just a treat to come to because there's sort of like products and stuff that you wouldn't get elsewhere. The facilities, the showers aren't great. There's enough toilets, and we didn't go and show you the toilets because it's service station toilets. The petrol's expensive, and apart from that, I would say one overarching pro is that it can be done. You can spend overnight here and camp here, and they do allow you to do 24 hours. I think 24 hours only, then you've got to leave. So we are going to be leaving very soon. And I could not have probably spent 24 hours at any other service station than here. It's very pretty. We're surrounded by a beautiful rolling countryside. So it's been a test, and if we have to do it again in the future, I wouldn't think twice. I would definitely do it, but I'm very looking forward to getting back on the road and free camping again. We hope you found this content useful. If you are visiting the area and you need a place to stay, it might be an option for you. And if you did like the content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will see you next time for some more adventures in Morgan at Campervan.
Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future